Tantor with a recap of Georgia Tech's 45-24 victory over Temple. Well, not so much as a recap, just how it made Tantor feel. And I was pretty much pissed off with it. No, I'm not pissed off at being 4-0. That's great. I'm not pissed off with being ranked nationally. That's even better because we haven't been ranked since 2014. So I do think this is the best roster and best team we've had since 2014. 10 years, 11 years, long time to go without having a real solid team. But this team is really, really solid. I actually wouldn't trade the roster, the starting 22 or the guys that play the starting 30 for any other team in the ACC, roster-wise. I think they're that good, and I think they're better than the other teams. However, when we play the weaker teams, and we've done this now we've done 3 games against very weak teams, Colorado, Gardner-Webb, and now Temple. We don't put these teams away. We don't take them on and just destroy them. And the game is completely done by the fourth quarter. This game was tight in the fourth quarter. We start out in the first quarter, we dominate. First 3 possessions, 3 easy touchdowns. Starting defense shuts them down. And then head coach Key puts in the second team defense in the first quarter. All right. Way, way, way too early. So, of course, Temple scores. They're back in this game. They have hope. Before, it looked like they couldn't stop us. They couldn't move the ball on us. Now they can, and they have hope. So the second quarter ended up being a complete, total disaster. We didn't do anything. Our execution on offense fell apart. We still had our starters out on offense. The execution fell apart. Started making mental mistakes. Why can't we snap a football? All right? Why can't we get that together? We couldn't snap it against Colorado. We couldn't snap it again against Temple. It was horrible. So we fell apart there. It was 21-7 at halftime. The very second offensive play that we ran in the third quarter after receiving the third quarter kickoff was a fumble. Haynes King fumbled it. The only touchdown Temple got against our first string defense was right the next play. They went deep and just basically run a post, and we were in zone, and we just watched the guy run right past the safety's face and touchdown. All right. Mental lapse. We do make some mistakes every now and then on first team defense, but that's the only points the first team defense gave up. The other 17 points all came on second team defense. We had to then now put it together. It's a 1-score game. It's 21-14, and this game should have been a blowout. And here, we're playing meh. So we had to put it together, score, get a lead, and then in the fourth quarter, you can turn it over to your second team offense, second team defense. But that was later on. And I'm just tired of watching us go back to the same things. It's like with that Bowling Green game a couple seasons ago. We never learned anything against Bowling Green. Maybe it's my PTSD with that. I don't know, but I kept having nightmare flashbacks to Bowling Green where we let that team stay in the game and we lost. And we keep doing the same stuff. We keep letting these little teams stay in this game against us. This time we didn't lose. Congratulations. But that's not going to work against the better teams, and the better teams are coming up. Clemson's not a better team. We saw the better team play Clemson on Saturday. Syracuse crushed them, and Syracuse is much better than Clemson. That's going to be a heck of a game we're going up against. Duke's getting better. Duke is not a weak sister that we're going to have to play. Wake Forest might be able to run the ball against us. So we'll have to see that some of these ACC schools that used to be really horrible are getting a little bit better now that we still have some slop there. But we have got to clean up these mistakes. We have got to destroy these weaker teams. We now matter. For the first time in 11 years, we matter nationally in the game of football. So we have to play like it, we have to act like it, and we have to take care of business when we walk into that stadium and destroy these teams and not keep them in the games and drag them on. So, I think the starting offense is great. I think the starting defense is actually excellent. Backups, not so much. I understand playing them is developing them. True. And we're going to need them eventually. So that's fine, but that's what the fourth quarter is for after we're up by 50. Okay? Not in the first quarter. Fourth quarter, up by 50. Okay to bring on the subs and the walk-ons, okay? Not in the first quarter. And I just got something's wrong with Haynes. Haynes was only okay. Holds the ball too long. Fumbles. He just didn't. He threw one great pass to Canyon. They just dropped it in a bucket. But he's late with his throws. And he doesn't warm up before games, so that's kind of strange. So I'm really worried about that. So the only thing I'm really worried about is we can't get any pressure with our front four on defense. We can when we blitz, but we can't normally. And then Haynes King's shoulder. Offensive line looks great. Everything else looks great. We just can't keep these little teams in the game when we should be blowing them out. That's what I hated about this game, and that's why I left this game pissed. Tantor, we'll be with you after the next game against Wake. Talk to you later.